Hello. This is Salita with Creations by Salita. First of all, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, please. I am new and I'm trying to build it up. So I'm getting ready to show y'all what me and my husband came up with after I purchased a table that I was not happy with. So we went in and I showed him my idea and we made it come to life. So this is the butcher block I purchased. These are going to be the legs, which that changed at the end. Those are 4x4s, and I ended up using 6x6. I didn't record a 6x6 because it was like a last minute thing. But anywho, you'll see the finishing touches in part 2. So let me go ahead and show you. He was in the backyard. He was getting a blower to blow the dust from the wood as he was cutting it because it was making a mess back there. But you know, you have to clean up as you go, as we was taught. But yes, he's getting all his stuff together. So getting ready to prepare and this table and cut the legs and sand. That's my deal for today. So he always be the one that has my back, which I love that. So this table was inspired by a table I saw on Wayfair. The legs was it was chunky, but it was an all wood table. I wanted something that was gonna be great quality, you know, and that was gonna last a long time. So we was back there doing the measurements. He's very dominant and he's very patient, but he likes to make sure everything is, you know, the right measurement. So yeah. So with these tables, we started off with 15.5, which that was a little too tall for me when we did it, which I'm glad I noticed that. So we went to 15. I went off the measurements from my ottoman that I had in my great room. And so that's where I wanted the table to stop at. So that helped out a little bit. So with all the measurements getting done, this is where he was cutting them. And again, like I say, I did not end up using the 4x4s. We end up using we wanted to go chunkier with the legs because the legs that I was inspired by from the table I was looking at, that was like $1,800 off of Wayfair. The legs was it probably was chunkier than that. I mean, but the 6x6 was fine because the table was very heavy to lift. Which you'll see that me and my husband had to lift the table. So, yes. So this is us going in with the measurements of the butcher block. But I kind of speed up the process. He doing the measurements because it was chipped on the side a little bit. So we had to cut it. So the length was 50, and the width was 23, I believe. So that's what we was going at. So he was just trying to make sure everything was even. And he was cutting it, so that's what we are doing in this part of the video. Things is getting dusty, but we did have on our protective goggles. I will enforce that to anybody just for, you know, precautions, so you won't, get injured or anything. But he didn't have his on, and I was fussing at him, but I did go get mine because I'm always the one who always get hurt anytime I do something. So I say, let me stop right now. So yeah. So this is him trimming off the table and evening it out, and yeah, so yeah, it was a process, but we got it done, and I'm glad we did it. Always take chances, and it's not gonna hurt you. You either know you want to keep going doing it, or you'll want to quit and be like, this ain't for me. Let me purchase what I want. I'm a DIYer. I like to take risks, so I do that. So that's the part of the butcher block we took off the end, because it was like almost 60, 70 inches long. So we took off some of that. I didn't want it that long. I would prefer it a little bit more wider to it was like 23. It could have been like 34 or something wider, and the 50-ish long, but I got it for a good sale price. So it was a good price I got. And I liked it because it wasn't treated yet, because I wanted to put my own stain on it, because I went with like a dark black stain. So he's right there, that part right there, he has to cut that off and even that out. So that was the next part he was doing. So yeah. My husband is very good with his measurements. I am his biggest fan with that. That's why I trust him when I go to him with a project that I want to do, because he never leads me wrong. So he always does good. He do his research. We look at our YouTube. We go to college on YouTube. And like I say again, we are new to this. So if you have any positive feedbacks, we would love to take it. And yes, send some stuff over. We like a challenge. So we be home and we just think of things we want to do and other projects. So a lot of stuff helps. Just going through stuff. So I did speed up the video a little bit more on some of these areas, so it won't take so long for me to do all this talking. But it worked out good. It did really good. So that's why I was happy at. Teamwork make the dream work. Smooch. Yeah, so. And you will see how he just came in. I didn't know he ordered this tool that does a great design on the edge, because I didn't want my ends sharp like that on my table. Because, people can walk by, snag, this, that. I wanted my ends to be very unique, but very, the ends to be very uniformed. I say it like that, more uniform. So he found this gadget. That's how it looked with the 4x4s. I didn't like it. I did not like it. So that's what made us go to the 6x6. And you will see it when we get to the end. This is me sanding it down, because you have to sand it, and then we put the mineral water oil. I can't remember what the name of it, but we put that on there to after I stained it. I wiped it down and put that on there. And before I put the stain. So it's like sand, the mineral stuff I had to put on there. Then after that, I had to put the stain on there. Then after that, I had to put this other stuff that was a protective coat for any time that you put in like water, a cup of water on the table, and it won't mess it up. So we go on there right now with him about to go around the edges and stuff. So he's still cleaning up everything, That was a process, so. But we got through it. And it worked out pretty good. Yeah, so he was very, very, very good with his measurements. So I didn't have to worry about, we had to pay somebody to do this. My husband did the job, so I was happy about that. So I'm back again. He found something, so the boss said, start sanding. I sand. We was back and forth, as you can see. I'm like, what? So, yeah. And again, wear your goggles, your mask. Always protect yourself, because I'm always the one to get injured every time. So I'm doing my measurements. You can't tell me, y'all. Right there, you couldn't tell me that I ain't been doing this. But anyway, thanks to hubby, got it all done with the measurements. One end was still a little bit off, so we were trying to sand it down he wanted it to be exact, because that's how he is with stuff. So I was trying to sand it a little bit. If you have any ideas or any pointers for this situation, because we're going to be doing another table for his cigar room later, throw it in the message box. Because like I said, we are new to this. And thank you. Comment, like, and subscribe. This is the part 1 to us making our first wooden coffee table. The butcher block is at the top, and we went to Lowe's and purchased the 6x6. First, we purchased the 4x4s, and next we purchased the 6x6, because the tables, I wanted the legs to be a little chunkier. I'm standing down on top of the butcher block before I put the mineral oil on it to clean it down. So right here, I'm about to do the mineral and clean it down, get all that stuff off of it. This helps with the stain to stick, because I'm going on in with a darker stain, a dark black stain. And what I tell you, I went on ChatGPT to get an idea of what kind of stain to use, and they gave me like 2 or 3 of them. But I went with the first one when I was standing at Lowe's, because I needed some help. Man, that thing helped me like 100%. You better get it. You better get it. I got that idea from Styles by Casanova. She did say, make sure she said she liked to use it. So I love her YouTube videos. So I do trust what she say. So when she said do that, I downloaded when I was watching her video, and I will never delete ChatGPT. It did help me with finding that. I'm talking about on the spot. So I'm setting down these 4x4s that I didn't even use, and I ended up painting them. I don't think I showed them on here when I painted them because I was like, I ain't about to do that. But I just wanted to show you that I did. This is what I did to the 6x6, but I didn't post that due to it was like a last minute thing that we did, and I'm just doing like a test of how the stain gonna look and just showing y'all the stain. And a little bit goes a long way. You don't need a lot of that. You really don't. But, yeah, this right here. And I speed up the video a little bit just because I didn't want to prolong it so long. But, yeah, but I went darker, which you will see it in the next video. So those are strap pieces I was using to test on. And this is my husband with his little new tool, baby. You see how he going around them edges? And you can't tell him he wasn't a professional. Baby, go. Go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go. But he did really, really, really good. I was really happy with that. I purchased this butcher's block in Savannah from this place called Sales Liquidation off of Montgomery Street. This piece was hidden behind something because the other ones was like already treated, and I wanted something raw like that, and I got just what I wanted. And it was like 3 something marked down to 2 something, and then it was marked down to 170 something, and he gave it to me for like 50% off. So I got a great deal on a piece, and it was just enough for what I needed it for my table. Look how sharp those ends is. So he went around curving the ends. Then I said, give me something else, and look what he did. Like I said, we are first timers. I'm his favorite cheerleader. You can't tell him no. When I be cheering him on, baby, you baby come back with some more. He got to start ordering more little gadgets from Amazon. I'm like, okay, baby, calm down. But thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe.